Good morning, Philippines. This is 25 Abas. Today, June 9, 2007, headlines. 5 generations of computers we will all be witness. The latest showbiz chicas will be delivered to us by Pina Guanyo. For the introduction and first computer generation, here is Karel for some
Generations
information.
of computers. The history of computer development is often referred into in reference to the different generations of computing devices. Each generation of computers is characterized by a major technological development that fundamentally changed the way computers operate, resulting in increasingly smaller, cheaper, more powerful, and more efficient and reliable devices. Each generation and the developments that led to the current devices that we use today. First generation, 1940 to 1956, uses the vacuum tubes. The first computers used vacuum tubes for circuitry and magnetic drums for memory, and were often enormous, taking up entire rooms. They were very expensive to operate, and in addition to using a great deal of electricity, generated a lot of heat, which was often the cause of malfunctions. First generation computers relied on machine language to perform operations, and they could only solve one problem at a time. Input was based on punch cards and paper tape, and output was displayed on printouts. The UNIVAC and ENIAC computers are examples of first generation computing devices. The UNIVAC was the first commercial computer delivered to a business client, the US Census Bureau, in 1951.
Tingnan niyo doon sa camera yung ano kung gitna-gitna kayo
Second generation of computer, 1956 to 1963, we uses transistors. Transistors replaced vacuum tubes and ushered in the second generation of computers. The transistor was invented in 1947 but did not see widespread use in computers until the late 50s. The transistor was far superior to the vacuum tube, allowing computers to become smaller, faster, cheaper, more efficient, energy efficient, and more reliable than the first generation predecessors. Though the transistor still generated a great deal of the heat that subjected the computer to damage, it was a vast improvement over the vacuum tube. Second generation computers still relied on punch cards for input and printouts for output. The third generation of computer, 1964 to 1971, we uses integrated circuits. The development of the integrated circuit was the hallmark of the third generation of computers. Transistors were miniaturized and placed on silicon chips called semiconductors, which drastically increased the speed and efficiency of the computers. Instead of punch cards and printouts, users interacted with third generation computers through keyboards and monitors and interface with an operating system, which allowed the device to run many different applications at a time with a central program that monitored the memory. Computers for the first time became accessible to a mass audience because they were smaller and cheaper than their predecessors.
Generation 1971 presents microprocessors. The microprocessors, both the fourth generation of computers as thousands of integrated circuits, were built onto a single silicon chips. What is the first generation field and either room could now fit in the palm of the hand. The Intel 4004 chips developed in 1971 locate all the components of the computer from the central processor unit and memory to input output on a single chip. In 1981, IBM introduced its first computer for the home user, and in 1884, Apple introduced the Macintosh microprocessor. Also moves out of the realm of desktop computers and into many areas of life as more and more everyday products began to use microprocessor. As the small computer become more powerful, They could be linked together to form networks which eventually led to the development of the Internet. Fourth generation computers also saw the development of GUIS, the mouse and handles device. Fifth generations presents and beyond artificial intelligence. Fifth generation computer devices based on artificial intelligence are still in development, though there are some applications such as voice recognitions that are being used today. The use of parallel processors and superconductor is helping to make artificial intelligence a reality. Autumn communications and molecular and nanogenetic will radically change the face of computers in years to come. The goal of fifth generation computing is to develop devices with response to natural language input and are capable of learning and self-organizations. That's all. Thank you.
Thanks, Mel. For the latest chicas, here is it. Charina and Ronnie, my third party. Isang matabang kaklase nila ang nababalitang third party nila na kasalukuyan ay nanliligaw rin sa isang first year student na kalapaaralan. At nababalita ring si Ronnie ay napapalapis sa isang babaeng science genius. Isang Australopithecus robustus na datnan sa third year Einstein. Next, The Who.
The Who ang mga tsubanes na matatangkad na nagkainlaban. Aba, ang babae may boyfriend at ang lalaki may niniligawan. Ano ba talaga? Uy, clue. Clue, Boylet. Ang nililigawan niya ay ang Barbie doll. At ang mistisang babae naman ay may boyfriend na mistisong basketball player. Kung natatamaan kayo, maghiwalay kayo ng upuan. Well, kung walang chika, walang intriga. Bye-bye!
Ganito ang pag-ibig, ganyan talaga. Pagbago pang